Have you ever noticed something strange? The smartest person in the room isn't always the most confident. Sometimes it's the exact opposite. The person who knows the most is often the one who hesitates before speaking, not because they know less, because they understand how much they don't know. Meanwhile, someone else can walk into the room completely certain they're right, certain they have the answer, certain they figured everything out. But the thoughtful person keeps questioning, keeps thinking, keeps looking for something they might have missed.
If you've ever done that, if you've ever second-guessed yourself, you're not alone.
At first, it seems backward. Shouldn't intelligence create confidence? Shouldn't knowledge make us more certain? Most people assume that's how it works. Learn more, know more, become more confident. But reality isn't always that simple. Because intelligence often creates something else first: awareness. And awareness changes everything. It creates doubt. Not the kind of doubt that says, "I can't do this," but the kind that asks, "What am I missing?" Imagine two people standing at the edge of an ocean, both looking at exactly the same water. The first person looks at the ocean and says, "I understand it." To them, it seems simple, clear, finished. The second person says nothing. They just keep looking, past the waves, past the horizon, into the unknown. Because the farther they look, the bigger the ocean becomes. And the bigger it becomes, the smaller they feel. Knowledge works exactly the same way. When we know very little, the world feels simple. But as we learn, complexity begins to appear. The more you understand, the more aware you become of everything you don't understand. And suddenly, certainty becomes much harder. That's where doubt begins. Not weakness, not failure, just an awareness that reality is more complicated than it first appeared. That's why smart people often see multiple possibilities at once. Not one future, several. One decision, 5 outcomes, 10 risks, 20 possibilities. Their mind naturally explores all of them. It constantly searches for hidden variables, hidden details, hidden consequences, things most people never stop to consider. And sometimes that's a gift. But sometimes it's the beginning of something else. Because when the mind sees too many possibilities, it starts replaying them again and again and again. Every decision, every mistake, every conversation, until thinking itself becomes a trap. And that leads us to the next question. Why does overthinking feel impossible to stop? That's where our next story begins. Part 2 will be coming soon. Stay curious.